yourself?
Coach, disappointing to hear about Zoe's injury. Can you share with us when he hurt that thumb and what the severity of the injury is?
I can't. I don't have any idea.
Is he done for the season, you think, with it? Or is that a wait-and-see day-to-day situation?
Yeah, I don't know on that either, Jen.
Gotcha. We're expecting Kristaps Porzingis to come back. We'll find out from Carlisle here shortly. If he does, when you've seen him this season, what does he bring to this Mavs squad?
Well, I mean, incredible size, obviously, and a guy who can shoot the ball with great range, as he did here against us the first time. And he's really dangerous in the pick and roll game because he can pick and pop. He can pick and get to the rim for lobs. He's a great shot blocker. He adds a great deal to their team, and clearly.
Coach, before Dallas stubbed their toe last night in Memphis, prior to that, in their last 12 games, they were second in the league in offensive rating. But they're sixth defensively in those 12 games as well. What makes them such a good defensive team? Does it have to do with their length?
Well, they are very long. I mean, when you're playing a guy Doncic's size at the point, and then your guards are the only small guy they actually play. Well, they play Trey Burke a little, and they play Brunson, but their wings are long, Hardaway and Josh Richardson, and then they've got Finney Smith and Kleber and Dwight Powell, and they've got a lot of and Cauley Stein. They've got a lot of size that can really move their feet. So it's a well put together roster. With these same guys, they were the most efficient offense in NBA history last year. So it's not surprising to see them get it going as they come together. This is a really good team, and I'm sure one that none of those teams above them wants to see in the first round of the playoffs.
You're also starting to see a little bigger sample size on your end from Wayne Gabriel. What do you like about his game, and what does he need to improve on?
Well, he's really competed hard. I mean, that's what I really like. I mean, he's competed hard. He's active defensively. He's always going to give you a great effort, and he's been able to make shots. He gets his feet set behind the three. He's making shots. So it's all been good. Obviously, his biggest problem has been foul trouble, and that comes from being just a little bit late on rotations at times, and that's to be expected for a guy who doesn't have a lot of experience, and that's an area he's going to have to improve. He had those back-to-back games of 5 fouls in not that many minutes, so that's holding him back a little. But I've been really happy with the way Winion's played.
And Nikhil's been on that restriction the past 2 games. How will you be able to use him tonight?
Yeah, he's not strictly on a minutes restriction tonight, so that's good. We'll still keep an eye on him, but he's not on a minutes restriction. And with Lonzo out, he'll start tonight. So.
Hey, Coach. So when you have many years of facing Rick Carlisle, can you talk about some of the characteristics of facing a coach like him? Because, like I said, you had many battles versus him.
Well, I mean, look, Rick's a great coach, and people who know me and have heard me talk, I mean, the thing that I respect most is, sustained success over a long period of time. And, Rick has had that. And so you go through having a lot of different types of players and different types of teams and having to build around different types of guys. And Rick's found a way to be successful all the time. To me, that's the thing that sets guys like he and Eric Spoelstra and Popovich, apart, is that they've had that sustained success and had different types of teams. So, Rick's had teams that were great offensively. He's had teams that were great defensively. I mean, Rick's just a really good basketball coach.
Hey, Stan, what has it been like just working with Ddrosata a little bit this past week or so and having him around the team?
I've enjoyed talking to him. I mean, Christian, I'm being honest. I mean, we had one practice on Thursday, so the assistant coaches have worked with him a little, but, I don't still have a great feel for him as a player because we've done no 5-on-5. He hasn't been in a game yet. So it's been hard. I mean, it's a difficult time for for him to come over and get thrown into the fray. I mean, I would expect over these last 3 games, he'll get some minutes on the floor, and then we'll, be able to get a look at him. But I don't know if that'll be even a fair representation of what he can do for a guy to have one practice and not even a full-fledged practice with the team and be playing in the NBA for the first time. So not an easy situation for Dede, but I think what you'll see is he'll go out and compete very, very hard.
Hey, Coach. Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, and Kevin Garnett going into the Hall of Fame this weekend. Obviously, those guys have given you headaches over the years, so I just want to get your thoughts about that honor.
Yeah, I think that those would be called no-brainers. I mean, I don't know how anybody would vote against them going into the Hall of Fame. And if somebody did vote against any of the 3 of them, they should lose their Hall of Fame vote. I mean that seriously. Like, if you look at those guys and think that any one of those guys isn't deserving, you need to be out. You don't need to be voting anymore. So, you're talking about, and on top of greatness, you're talking about 3 of the most competitive guys that have been in this league, at least in the time I've been in it since the mid-'90s. I mean, those guys were all great, great, great competitors on top of their talent, and deserve to be going in. I'm more focused on the Hall of Fame with the disappointment again of Tim Hardaway Sr. not getting in. I mean, that to me just makes no sense. It'll never make sense to me. I know the numbers and the awards and everything on some of the other guards that are in there and on him, and it's a huge disappointment, and it's hugely ridiculous that the voters keep overlooking him.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Okay.